Oh, yes, meow meow. You swear that I don't love you. Oh, she's mad at me now because I'm not giving her all the attention that she wants. All the attention. Am I right, baby? Yes. I don't love you. I don't love you, apparently. Okay, so... Okay, make sure that I can see my chat. Okay. Beep. Nope. Need to see my chat. There you go. Alright, guys. So, welcome back. Today's idea is going to be a little bit different. One of the things that I want to do is create, as you guys saw, the last time I worked on was kind of like PT encouragement posters. Oh, my goodness. So today I want to do something a little different. It's kind of like creating a poster like with like, you see the exercise, like if you're doing upper body, if you're doing lower body, if you're doing this and you're doing that. But it's going to be kind of like a satire of it with cats. So I'm gonna create like a puppet. That I'm going to use as a base, but I'll be working mainly on Photoshop today. Oh, sorry, I've had a long day today. Okay, so, alright, so as usual, guys, please show us some love on Facebook. We are actively working on stuff. I know sometimes, like, we kind of go, like, a few days. Again, we have jobs and other people in our lives, so we do our best to continue putting stuff out, even if it's just a little bit at a time. Is better than zero. Also, our third episode's getting ready to come out. I need to add some of these new videos up, the art videos up to YouTube. That is on me. So I apologize if I haven't been keeping up with it. I'm getting ready to start doing some vacation or leave time for myself. I kind of had like a lot of, I moved to Texas, new job, this and that, and after like almost like 9 months of nonstop, I was like, I'm finally taking a week off. So probably next week, from Wednesday to Friday, you won't be seeing me streaming too much because me and my friend, we're just going to get into shenanigans all week, visiting like parks and doing photography and all kinds of stuff. So if you don't see me for a week, no, I haven't abandoned the channel. I'm simply just taking a break. It's good to do that. So there's YouTube. And as always, guys, just showing some street beats, some love. If it weren't for them, I will have a really, 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 really dull channel. Like super dull. Super, super, super dull. Okay, hold on, what the heck? I don't know what that came from. Okay, there we go. Cool beans. Alright, so first thing's gonna do, this is gonna be like an 11 by 17 size. Let's go ahead and unlock that. Not even, I have a very sensitive mouse, don't mind me, guys. Yeah, close enough. Okay, and I'm gonna set that up to a bluish tone. You guys know that I tend to work with blue. It's a lot easier on the eyes, especially like if you are like late at night like we're doing right now. Okay, so now that we have this, I'm going to be looking for cat poses. Okay, what are some of the cat poses that we are used to doing? So like I said, I want to kind of be like a fitness thing. But I want it to be like, it would be like a PT thing. So let's see what we can find in here. Okay. Let me see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Okay, that's kind of silly. Nah, I don't really dig that. Everybody does this like cat yoga thing. I had a really good one and it disappeared on me, which I'm kind of pissed off about that. Okay. Okay, so I think the first one that I'm gonna start with, and again, there's gonna be a series of these. Oops, wrong tab to be on. So let's come up with some ideas first. Okay, so the first one's gonna be like, I don't want to do like the basic PT ones, but maybe like a cat stretch. So, but what do a bipedal look like when we do that? Let me see. So this is like a standard Astrocat. This is generic. This is not meant to be any of the characters in particular. Okay, so what we can do is, okay, so if this is them standing, Let's do standing from the side. It's actually interesting. I don't think I've ever drawn them from like perfectly 90-degree angle. So it'll be them standing straight. It's gonna look very stiff, which is fine. And then the next one is going to look like there's a yoga pose where you kind of like bend like a 90-degree angle, but it's just them stretching. I know, it's gonna look like they're mating. Okay, so this is one. So this is stretch one. God, that does look like, like they're mating. That's okay though. But right now we're just shooting, you know, we're just literally just shooting like spaghetti at the wall. I'm just kind of just roughing this out. You know, these are poses cats do, which is like the cat stretching. Okay, so pose one. So start and then stretch. Again, we're just shooting, you're just shooting stuff against the wall right now, not even that worried about it. This is stretch. Okay, the next one would be maybe like hand paw. So they're doing this. Let me see what else. Let me see. It's gonna be kind of interesting. The stretch is one, and then I guess the next one will be the side to side. So this one's one that you kind of use to this one used to kind of like stretch your lats. So in this case, this paw's going to be up, and then this one's going to be mirrored. Okay, go to edit, transform. There you go, so they're stretching left to right. Okay, that's just an idea. So this is exercise number 2. Let's go ahead and merge those together. Okay, cool. Alright, so from there, so exercise 1, exercise 2. And keep in mind that I could just grab these. These are just really crude like sketches. So I am not that heartbroken if something just doesn't look right. So stretching. Okay, so this is on the back. The other thing we could do is one arm stretch. So this could be a variant. So it will be this one right here. The only difference is that you have one arm that goes up. Now in this case, we want to keep this back arm out, this one below. But we want to make sure that we're showing that this back arm is being raised up. Again, this is gonna be more arm up. So that way they're doing like one. Because you ever see a cat do, sometimes they do like a single paw at a time. It's actually really unique. Let me see what else do they got. Then you have, ooh, so let's grab this one. I'll grab that, and I'm gonna put this over here. But instead of you being able to see their paws, So this will be them just kind of sitting on solid feet. And again, I'm just shooting the shit right now. Not even worry about this looks correct. So this one will be on their back. This one will be standing. Okay. Let me see. What else? Okay, the next one will be the bread bun. So as you've seen, your cat can kind of turn into like a little bread loaf. So one thing that we could do is that, so there's this one stretch where you put your legs out. And you're really kind of stretching out your abductors. But we can kind of use that to kind of make it look like they are doing like a little ham bone, like a little bread bun thing. Okay, just an idea. Okay, I'm just not even worried about it right now. Oh, let me see, what else do we got? Maybe this is not as cool as I thought it would be. Let me see. The little agile little shit. Ah, this one's the good one. So you start. You start them like in a push-up. And then you do the back arch. This is, and you do this when you're doing like when you're doing back stretches. There we go. So that way you're literally opening up your vertebra, not your vertebra, is that right? Yeah, vertebra. You're just opening those up a little bit and stretching them out. It actually feels pretty good if you do that. Stretch back. And these will be refined a little bit more. I know right now they just look like crazy shapes. Just bear with me. Brainstorming is a pretty good part of the process. Alright. Let's see. What else do we got that looks good here? Okay, so these are more of the cat-based ones. Okay, so I'm gonna put these as some of the cat-based ones, and then I'm probably gonna do some of like basic ones, because remember, these are bipedal cats, so they can still do some of the stuff that we do as like, you know, bipedal creatures ourselves. So I'll probably have them doing like push-ups and sit-ups and all that stuff like that. So let's go ahead and just kind of start cleaning this out a little bit. Like I said, I'm not that heartbroken right now if this looks kind of rough. So we can have them just kind of standing, what would be like their version of standing in attention. Or just standing with their hands solid to the side. And then the next pose, you see them doing like, what's that called? Jumping jacks. So this is one, this is two. Okay, so let's do... Let's see what we can commandeer from the internet. Wink. Stretches. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so we got this. Okay, that might work. Ah, okay, this one. This one's the one that I want. Okay, so this one is a classic. If you've ever done any weight training, these posters have been And like they are like every gym in history. They always have been. They're pretty old. Let me see. Let's go weight, training, flexibility. That's this. But I've seen this as far back as I can remember being in a gym. There's like 2 or 3 of them that are like iconic. I just need a large one. There we go. Okay, that should be big enough. Okay, so I'm gonna use these, and then I'm probably gonna add a couple of these in here. Okay, just as a reference. Remember, under satire, you can kind of do certain things, so I'm not that worried about it. It says I usually always try to tell people what I'm referencing, and this is with cats, so people can kind of kiss my butt. Okay, and again, this is a call out to anybody that has ever worked out. They have seen this poster. They have. If we all have. It's kind of like when you go to the nail salon and you see like that 1990s like painting of the women like holding the rose, and it's like really like 1990s. Okay, so this is going to be interesting because these characters have very unique body shapes. Let me see if I can find the original drawing I did of the bodies of the Astrocats. Let me see. All concepts, assets, characters. Okay. And I'm sorry if I seem a little underprepared tonight, guys. It's just sometimes sometimes I'm on the ball, sometimes I'm just not on the ball. It happens. I'm also trying not to stress too much over stuff these days. Like I said, I'm getting ready to do vacation. I am not going to stress myself over nothing. I am simply not. I refuse. Okay, so this is an old concept when we're writing our Bible. This is the picture that I'm trying to look for right here. And as you can see, the character, this is what the original Captain Hobbes looks like. This is when I started revamping it, but this is the sketch that I wanted. I cannot locate that at this moment. But as long as I have it here, I could just look at it as a reference. Just to kind of like, just give me that body size that I need. And as I told you guys before, I am a reference hog. Love having my references. Alright. Okay, so this should help me quite a bit. Oops. Okay, so we have him right there. Remember, their bodies are kind of like 2.5 heads tall to 3 heads tall. Okay, and it's just gonna be this character just kind of reaching over their head. And like I said, this is an homage to that poster. I can't think of a single gem, unless it's something that has become like mainstream, that has not at some point had this poster on their wall. For copyright purpose, we won't show it, but just take a look. You'll see what I mean. Okay, so I kind of like this better. Just kind of sketching this out. Okay, they have another one. And then I'll go ahead and I'll add my owns in here as well, the ones that I just created. And what's really cool about this is that it shows you kind of like the anatomy. As you're doing these stretches, so-called stretches. Okay, so we got that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think once I'm kind of done drawing this a little bit more, some of this is gonna make a little bit more sense. And if you've been a gym rat like I've been for a while, some of this is gonna make way more sense. Stop, deselect. Okay, this is the one that's talking about the side stretching. And what's going to be really cute about this is because their bodies are a little bit bigger. You're going to see, like, it's not going to be quite the same movement, but close. Okay. Okay, and this one's going to have... So some of these poses are going to be a little interesting because, again, human bodies are a little bit more elongated, but these are anthropomorphic cats, and they have really blocky bodies. There we go. This is for the leg stretch for the quads. Again, have you ever done any high school sports, or any sports for that matter, or gone to the gym, you have seen this before. So we got that. Okay, and I'll probably move some of these around, obviously, because my intent is not to... you know, obviously I'm trying to give credit where the original is. Credit is due, which is the weight training flexibility poster. This thing has been around forever. To me, it's just kind of like a callback to it, because if I tell you how many times I've stared at that poster, I'm a little embarrassed to say that at some points in my life I used to stare at that thing all the time. Okay. Then you have paw stretch. So this one might be a little interesting. Let me see. Because these characters have huge heads. There's no way they'll be able to do with this movement. So certain movements I won't add on here. And this is one of the characters like crossing the legs. And then you have the one where you lay on your back. Jesus, this is taking me back. And then they have the little legs up here. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exact. It's just supposed to be a throwback to, if you're a gym rat, this right here is going to make you giggle. Okay. Okay, so there's that stretch there. This one could be that bread loaf one I was talking about. And over the leg is fine. And then I can start adding some of these other ones in here. Okay, so I think I got plenty of little poses that I have doodled in here. On my computer. Sorry, I just hit save. Give me a second. Go to Astrocats. Go to characters, random sketches, and I made a photo of this PT poster. By the way, so I'm in the episode 100 of One Piece. And then I just finished doing Mugen's Train from, what's that called? From, my goodness, Demon Slayer. So I am quite satisfied. Okay, what the hell happened? Is Photoshop, did Photoshop break? See, and this is why I hate the new Photoshop, because they've added all these features in here and then it freezes it all the time. Okay, let's try this again, please. Okay, there we go. So I constantly have to kind of like start it and restart it, and it's just kind of like a pain. Plus, the really messed up part that people don't realize is that the reason they keep moving the tools around, and this is something that could like dawn on me, is that they have a thing called Adobe Analytics, and then they're watching how their user is using the interface, and then they are modifying in the back. That's why it seems like in every version of the software, they move stuff around, because they're like, well, according to our statistics, people don't hold on shift to free transform. And I'm like, if it's been like that for 20 years, leave it the math alone. Stop changing it to appease to these noobs, you know? So they're trying to make it more convenient. It's just like a lot of legacy people like myself. It's just annoying. And then they've added so many of these new features that just constantly crashes the software. So, what's the point of having all this cool stuff if it crashes the software? And I'm sorry if you don't have any good, reliable internet, because trust me, this is all cloud-based now. So they are, if your license doesn't talk to their server, sometimes it will lock up on you, which is absolute caca in my book. You know what? Let's not add that detail in there. I don't like that detail. Okay, so there we go. Let's do that instead. Alright, so I like that. And then what is gonna happen is, if I look back to the reference. Okay, so the reference is pretty cool. So technically these cats are gonna be practically nude. But that's okay though. Well, at least wearing shorts. Alright, and boop. There we go. There we go. Cool beans. In this case, because the arms are so short, it's just gonna be like a little paw here. Let's try to stay away from those little minor details. I said, not to worry about clean line art. This is just me kind of adding just enrichment to the world. It's funny, like, I meet people like there's two kinds of art, and this is the one thing that I've kind of come to learn. There's actually two kinds of artists. There is, there's actually traditional artists, very talented. They can pretty much look at anything and reproduce it and whatever. or as I like to call them, human photocopiers. They have the skill, they have the talent, but they're not imagining anything from thin air. And then you have creative artists, which is like, you know, comic book artists and all that stuff, and or concept artists. And while there's still a good level of traditional skills needed to do, you know, obviously that art form, the fact is that you are making something new and from your head. And what I've come to find in my years of teaching, you know, I will meet incredibly talented young people, and they will be fantastic artists until I ask them to do concepts, and they're, well, what do I make? I was like, whatever you want. Well, what do I do? I'm like, whatever you want. And like their minds just cannot process that level of freedom that they have. Okay, so I kind of like how I did that side. So let's do this. Cancel. My cat is just losing her shit. She just wants me to just play with her nonstop. There we go. I'm gonna delete this side. And then I'm gonna grab this side, Control J, and then I'm going to, yes, what you want? Duplicate, postcards, free, transform. But what I want to do is mirror it. So not quite this. Edit, transform, horizontal. There we go. So now it looks exactly the same. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so this is base stretch 1. Okay, so when I turn it up, it's gonna look like that, which is fine. Okay, so then I'm gonna create a new layer. Remember, I'm not even worried about doing too much color on these. Man, my poor stylus. Like, I need to replace the tip. I still have the original tips that came in with this. A lot of people like to use like the paper tips to give them more of an illusion that they're drawing on a like analog type of stuff. And those kind of wear down. They're more of a softer tip. But the plastic tips that are come with the default, those tend to last a long time unless you are incredibly heavy-handed with your Cintiq, which I am not heavy-handed with my Cintiq. I like taking care of my stuff and making sure they last me for a while. Okay, so that's that. And then from here, so I'm going to pick some colors. Okay, so I'm going to pick... And again, when you see this, you're going to know exactly what poster I'm talking about. And do that. And then right here, let's go ahead like green. It's going to be the character slats. And again, not to worry because that's going to be white eventually. Duplicate that, and I'm gonna go right here, go to edit, transform. Is there a faster way to do this? Yes. Do I remember at this moment? Absolutely not. I do not remember. Okay, there we go. Base, stretch, 1, color. There we go. See? Stretch 1. Create a new layer, save, and I'm going to, oops. There we go. You probably now, this is starting to make sense now, this look. Man, some of these colors are kind of dull though, compared to this. So let's try, let's go to just swatches. Where are my swatches? There we go. Let's use that yellow, maybe a darker yellow. There we go, so we can see it. Then let's use this green. Oops. And then we shall use this red. There we go. This should start making more sense. So at least having a throwback. Alright. I'm gonna save this. Okay, so that gives me the first one. And then from here, I'm gonna do default again. I'm gonna turn that off. I'm gonna turn this on. There we go. Okay, this is gonna be stretch 2. And I always like to keep all my items separate because this way I can move them around. It's not a big deal. Easy to adjust, easy to move around. What you doing back there, meow meow? Actually, I don't like that. Oops. Nah, yeah, I was right. I don't like that. Okay, base sketch. So I'm going to cancel Control J to duplicate that. And I'm going to borrow this head. Okay, so from here, actually this is perfect. So from here I'm going to do this. I'm going to get rid of the bottom. And then these arms. I'm going to erase up to the arms. Again, I'm trying to keep the style consistent. Okay, then create a new layer. Okay. Oh, that hand looks creepy. Yeah, I need to start doing some serious. Oh, look at that. Look at those cryptic hands. Jesus Christ. Anna, no. My hands. They look like dog doo-doo. Dog doo-doo. What you doing, your butt? I feel you around my feet. Alright, sweet. So then I'm going to duplicate this one. Image. Excuse me. Edit. Transform. Horizontal. Excellent. There we go. Nice and even. So now I'm going to grab this, this, and this. I'll merge it into one. Stretch 2 line art. And again, I am not too worried about color. I'm not too worried about getting too detailed. This is going to be tiny. So I'm not that worried about it. Okay, I'm going to pull out the first one. I'm going to do that. As for this, I'm going to Control G, and then I'm going to move it over a little bit. Again, I'm not trying to do the exact poster, just like an homage to it. I decided to make the pecs yellow. And like I said, I'm not too worried about drawing the other side. And then I'm gonna make these muscles. Okay, the forearms are already gonna be yellow. Anyway, we have 2 sets of muscles going on here. Is my phone blowing up? I have no idea where my phone is. I think it's probably my friends playing on Discord. It is Saturday night. Oh, it's wild people. Woo! Let me see. Nope, they're not even playing. They're not even on tonight. That's fine though. There we go. So something like that. Then I'm gonna duplicate it. Image. And then so we're gonna do that. Alright, cool beans. We're gonna merge that. Sweet, so that gives me stretch number 2. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna temporarily stretch number 2. Am I spelling that right? Probably not. Stretch 2. There we go, cool beans. Okay, so let's turn these up temporarily and let's turn this back on. Okay. So from here, this one I'm gonna have to pretty much freehand most of it, which is fine. Okay. Yeah, this one's gonna have an ear over there. And this one's gonna have hands coming down. Okay, and in this case, because the arms are kind of short, they can't really just go all the way out. So in his case, I'm just gonna put the paws stopping at the knee because they have such stubby limbs. So they don't have the ability to go all the way down, but this would be close enough. That leg's a little skinny. Yes, and this cat is wearing shorts in every single one of these shots. Cool beans. So let's turn this up, see what that looks like. Try to clean this out a little bit. As for my fitness, so funny story, I have more muscle than ever, but I look fat. So I cannot win. I seriously cannot win. I've had skin removed. I literally have had 9 pounds of skin removed. The problem is I'm an endomorph. My body either likes to be fat or likes to be muscular or both. And coming from blend ethnicity and Hispanic, it's like a double negative on my waistline because our food is gosh darn delicious. And it's not meant for like city folk. It's meant for like field work, and so it's quite easily, if you have a sedentary job, to explode to a whole new horizon. Okay, in this case I'm going to use green. Yeah, if this poster has not kicked it in your head so far, then you've never been to a gym. I'm going to call you out on that right now. Okay, did I put this back? Oh, I did. I made this back. I knew this was kind of weird. Okay, that's what it is. I was like, why does this look weird? I figured it out. Okay, so what it is this leg is going over this. There we go. That makes more sense. I was like, why does this still look weird? There we got it. There we got it. It's that crossover leg stretch, which... You know, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, this looks stupid. As an adult, you're like, oh my god, this stretch is amazing. There we go. That gives me that. Okay, now I can go back to the colors. There we go. This now makes more sense. Which pretty much just starts tackling some of the muscles around your glute area. Three. So I can grab stretch 2, probably put it over here. Stretch 3. There we go, put stretch 3 right there. Okay, and because this is going to be in the distance, I kind of want these line art to stick out a little bit. I'm going to thicken out some of this. There we go. So that way they have the same line consistency all the way across. And that's the way these posters are pretty much made. They're just made to be easy to read, high contrast. So if someone is like even vision impaired, they could see the movement. It can be seen from across the hallway or across the room. Which that was the best part. Sometimes you're like, you didn't have the opportunity to take the poster with you, but you could still see the shapes of the bodies from far away. There we go. So it gives you the poster. There we go. I know someone out there is going to look at this and say, oh my god, they made this for the cats. Okay. Some of these movements, like I said, the illustrations are definitely copywritten by the company. But the movements, again, I don't think they are, because it's a basic human motion. Like putting your arm like this and stretching that, you can't copyright that. It's kind of like saying, I trademark a chair. So IKEA can actually trademark a design of a chair, but they cannot up and say, oh, I trademark the chair, the invention of the chair. Period. I trademark it. However, there are some really interesting, like, what is it? It's I think it's like the registration, but the registration for like a word is it's like register. So it's copyright, trademark, and then register. And then I think someone actually trademarked the word "duh," and it might have been like one of the universities did it, and I can't remember which one it was. Okay, so I like this right here. This is looking pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna work on this one next. This one over here. Okay, and create this. Stretch 4. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. And again, I don't draw pictures of these cats very often from the side or profile view, as is known. I'm eventually gonna have to design completely what these meow meows look like from the side view. At least something that makes sense. Remember, this cat is wearing shorts. No matter what I do, he must look like he is wearing shorts. There we go. Let's go over here. Let's turn this off just to clean it up a little bit. And again, today it's not going to be the most exciting drawing stream in history, but these props need to get made. So here we are. And by streaming it, I get a beautiful chance to like hang out with you guys. Alright, go from there. Bump, 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 bump. There we go. That looks pretty decent. Okay, cool beans. This is the leg stretch. And this is gonna be weird because most of the leg stretch is up here and you can't even see it. So, going back to my colors. Go. So now if I do this is pretty much what this is looking like. Not bad. Okay, cool beans. Stretch 4, saving it. Okay, stretch 4, and then we need, switch it back up here. How do I want? I don't have to do all these. I do want to go back in now that we have this. A good start. I want to now borrow from the ones that I made. So I like this one right here. The one with the cat stretch. There we go. There it is. The cat stretch one. Come on, make it bigger. There we go. Okay, so before I continue, let's make that line thicker on 4. Looks a little thin for my flavor. There we go, so we got that right there. It's 4. Let's go ahead to stretch 5. Alright, cool beans. Nope, what happened? Go. You got parts of that right there. Okay. Ooh. Sometimes I like sit here all day wearing headphones and I forget that I'm wearing them. Yes. So it's like by the end of the day I was like, oh, what does my ear hurt? This sucks. Okay, this one right here. Only this is stretches your part of your core, but it opens up the bottom, like it just stretches like your glutes and then your quads. So this one, see if I remember that correctly. Upside down dog stretch muscles. Yeah, so it's mainly, that's right. So it's mainly, yeah, so it's your hamstrings, your gluteus, your lats, and then your calves. So all that's just getting stretch, and it is such a good stretch if you can get that done. Okay, so we're gonna borrow the green. I'm gonna first use the yellow. Gonna be for their butt. And from there, I am gonna borrow the green. I'm gonna use it here, and then I'm also gonna use it here, which makes sense. And then the next part's gonna be here. And again, most people are gonna look at this like, "What the hell is this?" And again, they're not gonna get it unless they were always in the gym. They're not gonna get it, especially once I add the finishing touches. I think it's gonna like click in. Okay, there we go. So we got that, and then now, so let's do this. G stretch 5, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna do all of them, but I do want to do a couple of these. Okay, there was one. Where are you? Not that one. This one right here. This is the next one that I want. Okay, so for this one, what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna borrow part of this one here, and I'm gonna move over so I can keep the size consistency. Okay, so from there, let's go ahead. I'm gonna turn that off temporarily, and then I'm gonna arch the back. And even part of this gonna have to be moved. Deselect, Control D. Thank you. Wait, is my caps lock on? Oh, shit. What the fuck is Discover? What the fuck is that crap? Stop adding menus, Adobe. Nobody uses this shit. Infuriates everybody. Oh, that's why. Stretch is huge. There we go. Yeah, this is gonna look a little weird. I always tell folks, work smarter, not harder. Deselect, please. Okay, if I'm missing anything, brush tool. Oh my god, Adobe. Knock it the fuck off. Let me draw. E for, so it's doing this weird thing where for whatever reason it'll suddenly like it'll get stuck and then you can no longer switch between tools. It's got way too much bullshit going on in the background and it no longer recognizes like shortcut keys, which is stupid because that is the purpose. See, it's switching B and it doesn't want to switch to a designated tool. So E. This is why I started drawing on Clip Studio. Even though it's wonky, at least it responds. I don't know what Adobe is doing that it no longer responds to the commands. brush tool. Brush tool. Please enhance. Okay, so this one right here with the colors. Colors are actually not too far off on this either. So let's go ahead and delete, deselect, Control A, select all. Or I could just delete the damn layer because Adobe's not responding. Okay, let me save this. Restart Adobe real quick. I don't know why it's doing that. Give me 1 second, please. So dumb. I hate all these updates. It's just garbage. Pretty soon, at the rate that they're going with Photoshop, it's practically to be unusable. There we go. I said, I mean, they priced out a lot of their users. Yeah, see, now it's responding. They priced out a lot of their other users because, you know, and I understand, you know, a lot of people were pirating the software, which that part I totally understand. You cannot improve the software or make anything unless you have, you know, revenue coming in. That part I understand. However, when you turn everything cloud-based and subscriptions-based, I mean, it's great and all, but there's a lot of people around the world that like $50 every, like, you know, every month. That's literally like almost their entire month's wage. You know, that is a lot. Especially if you're going to like some of these places. I believe it's like, I think it's like Indonesia or Bangladesh. I think it might have been Bangladesh. Anyway, but like, you know, where they have a lot of these apparel companies where people literally live off from like $80 a month USD, you know, which is insane. They pay those people practically nothing. But hey, we all got cheap apparel, you know. And I'm not trying to get political. I'm just realistic. But yeah, they keep adding all these features, and then it's like, then everybody's trying to do their own thing too. Like, you know, what is it? Microsoft has like ink, and then that fucks up with your Wacom. Freaking nightmare. Okay, so this one might be able to go down here. There we go, let's do that. Cool, because if that's doing that there, then I can grab this one and make this one bigger. Okay, cool. So 6 is actually pretty good in my book. There we go. So I think that to me looks pretty good. Like I said, it's supposed to be an homage to a PT poster, not regenerate the entire PT poster. Oh, I really need to stretch my neck. Or at least put on a heat pad. Yeah, aging like cottage cheese, kids. Okay, so next thing is next. So I'm gonna turn this off. I don't need this anymore. So I'm gonna go to image, layer, into new fill layer. I'm gonna do a solid color. And the best was about solid layers is that you just pick it's just practically a vector shape. And then you can quickly change the colors. You simply click on the thumbnail and you can change it. So from there, I want to use shapes. I'm gonna use custom shapes. And it should have my legacy ones loaded. Yeah, by default, it doesn't load your legacy ones anymore. Again, dumb. Default shapes. I need a rectangle with soft edges. Arrows. Music, nature, objects, shapes. Just need like a, there we go. This is what I want. Okay, so let's go to the properties of this. Oh, it makes sense here in a second. Hold on. Alright, so these two sketches is gonna go way back here. Okay, my back's starting to give up. My goodness. I need to start doing core exercises again. Yeah, it's getting to the point like my bed's not comfortable. It's like everything bothers me. It's annoying. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is grab this sketch here. And I'm just going to do that. Okay, sweet. So this is shape 1. And modify this a little bit. Nope. Gosh darn it. Duplicate it. I'm just going to go under shape 2. Go. And technically all these can be brought down a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to duplicate this. Put it on the shape 4. Just keep it uniform. And I'm gonna grab shape 2. And do I have to do it this way? No, I literally can just select it using control and then try to just kind of get it in there. Okay, and this last one just gonna make it a big shape. Whoa, what happened? No, something went wrong. Gotcha. Give me a second, guys. I really gotta stretch my lower back. Oh, my goodness. That's the only problem when you draw all day. Aging like cottage cheese. Like it gets to the point that you can't sit and you have to like stretch that, or you won't be able to do what you need to do. Okay, cool. So let's do that. Then I'm gonna grab sketch 5 and move it in a little bit. And I'm gonna grab 5 and 6. And there we go. Sweet. So this is pretty much most of the poster. Then I'm going to turn this on. So if this should start looking familiar at this point. If you don't recognize it, again, you did not work out. Okay, so I'm going to grab all these. And I'm going to group them. Putting you. Okay, and then just add some like BS text. Okay, sketches. Save it, and then I'm gonna call this BS text. And for right now, it's just gonna be like, you know, like if you look at the actual poster itself, it will have like number something something. And then I'm going to hit D for default. And we're going to pretend this is text. And again, this is just referencing to that one poster, just an homage. You know, I've always seen that poster. It's part of my gym history, so I should give it a shout out. I think most people will enjoy this little Easter egg, especially if you're a nerd that works out. A lot of people don't think that that's a real thing. I've met plenty of physically active nerds, especially now that like cosplaying has become more acceptable. I've noticed a lot more people are trying to get in shape just so they can cosplay their favorite characters. Yeah. There we go. Don't really like that down here. Beer. Go, so we have that right there, and then we're gonna go ahead and gonna select this right here, and this is the only thing that's gonna have actual text. T. God, it's so slow. Okay, feline. Make sure you can actually read this. There we go. Humph, feline, it'll be something good to call this. Feline fitness stretches, something like that. Man, I cannot spell stretches. That's okay. And I'm gonna head over here. And I think there's a way to do. I know there's a way to do it in Illustrator. I don't know if I can do it in Photoshop, but that's okay though. And let's go ahead and create this. No, I don't want to add a layer style. Thank you. And of course you cannot read it. Okay. Let's go ahead. Go. Okay, and the last thing that I want to add, and I eventually need to create just the Illustrator logo. God, it's a caps. Okay, I hate that. I need to turn this off so I can see. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's put some. Okay, so with that, that actually works out pretty good. There we go. And the best part is, so now that this is done, I'll be able to put this on the web page itself. So this, I just need the Astrocats logo. I really need to stretch my back when I'm done here. Astrocats. Oh, the logo. There we go. Bloop. And this should go up here. Let's go ahead and center that. There we go. Sweet. And with that, let's take a look. Not bad. Okay. Just a basic BS poster to put in the background that we've seen we have seen on almost every gym since high school. Where, hey, what's up, SEALs? Oh, you missed it, man. I'm really got the end of this. But yeah, so I just kind of want to make like just kind of like homages to like this different like stuff you see, like since you know Astrocats is supposed to be kind of like a space kind of like, I don't want to call it military, but like this, it's not a militia either. I don't even know like guns for hire, whatever, a government, whatever. They're like space police. Let's call it that. So, but they have like PT standards, and if you've ever been in the gym, you know, you always have this a gym. So it's one of these, how to stretch your body, how to like use the equipment, you know, these little graphics showing you the little muscles and stuff. So this is me just kind of like enriching the world that these characters are in. Like again, a lot of this is not meant to be like final proof of concept, but it's just kind of like just me just trying to build up, you know, the environment, the stuff, the props and stuff. So later on, that we actually start going into deeper development, I already have a lot of this stuff already like made and set up. So yeah. But with that, guys, my back is killing me, so I'm gonna go and put a heat pad and an ice pack, depending on the part of my body. God, I'm just aging like cottage cheese. And with that, guys, I shall talk to you later. You have a good night. Night, night.